Okay, so in this video, I'm going to talk about how and why to use the page inspector tool, developer tool, for CSS purposes. So to set up this explanation, first I'm going to set up a problem. And the problem is that in this light box, the X is really faint, almost too difficult to read. So what I want to do is I want to use CSS to make that X darker. Okay, so the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to launch my developer tool, and usually I just use the keyboard shortcut Command Option I on Mac. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this little pointer. I'm going to click here. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to see I'm hovering around. I can actually identify elements. And I'm going to come in here. I'm going to click on that X. And as we can see, it takes me to the HTML. Now it doesn't take me exactly there, but it takes me close. So I'm going to get where I need to go. Squarespace Lightbox close. That's the class. And so now, before going to the custom CSS area of my website, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually try to write the code here in the inspector tool. I'm going to press plus, and as we can see, it gives me the class. And I'm going to press tab, and I'm going to say color black. Okay, nothing happens. Now, before abandoning this, I'm just going to put an important tag after it, important, and boom, there we go. And that's enough to do it. So that's a good example of when important can be useful. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy all of this, and I'm going to come to my CSS, and I'm going to write a new rule. I'm going to write it at the bottom, because I usually like to write my CSS from in order. I'm going to write a comment, change X in Lightbox to a darker color. Okay, so I'm just going to paste this code in here. And I'm going to save this. So now I'm going to refresh this page. I'm going to come in here and boom, there I have it. Now before leaving, I'm actually going to take away this A and see if that, okay, so I was able to take away that A and I still have it. So as we can see, sometimes when we copy over selectors from the code inspector, sometimes it gives us stuff that we don't need. So ideally, in order to write clean code, we should have it down to a minimum. And so this is the minimum that I can have to achieve the effect that I want. And this has been an example of how to use the code inspector tool to create a custom rule in CSS.